So if you've got a dog that struggles with focus and just finds the environment they're in quite overwhelming, isn't very good at keeping in touch with you, like I said before, a really good way is just to go back a few steps, go somewhere a bit quieter, work on that connection and that bond first, and then build up the distraction levels. So right now it's a quiet area, but he can still hear lots of things going on. So I'm letting him sniff around, I'm letting him figure his environment out. It's really important that they feel comfortable enough to go away from me, check out the environment, and still come back, good boy, and get lots of treats and fuss, knowing that if he needs reassurance, he can always come back. So if they're constantly coming back to you, looking at you, that's them asking for reassurance. Hi, good boy. If they're not looking at you very much because they're totally distracted, it's all right just to ask for a little bit of focus now and then. Yeah, good boy. Just to remind them that we are here, we're here to reassure them, and life isn't that scary. Hey, it's over there. Ready? Go get it. Good boy. I don't want to encourage the jumping up, so I'm just turning away when he does that. Every time he comes back to me, I'm giving him some treats. I've got some really nice high-value treats. I've got some cheese, sausage, chicken, all chopped up. So this is all stuff that is really going to want him to come back to me. It's going to make him want these treats. With dogs that are easily distracted, you are going to want higher value treats because the treat has to be worth coming away from whatever they're distracted by. Hey, good boy. Well done. Another really nice exercise that I like to do whilst they're on lead. Hey, good boy. Is something called connection training. So it's a really good way to remind your dog that you're on the other end of the lead. They need to check in with you, make sure that they remember you're here as well. The walk's not just about them and the environment, it's about both of you, your dog and the environment. Good boy. So as we're walking along, good. If he's not looking at me, good, yes. I just stop and wait. He's already picked it up very quickly. As soon as I stop, he knows to look at me, come back and check in with me. He gets a treat, I mark it with a yes, and then give him a treat. Good boy. Yes, good. So every time that he checks back in with me, I say yes and he gets a treat. If your dog's really not wanting to check in, completely distracted, a really good way to get their attention without having to ask for it is just to shuffle your feet a little bit, wiggle the lead, do a little cough. Anything that's gonna make them look at you so you can capture them looking at you, say yes and treat it without actually having to ask constantly. Good boy. Well done. Come on then. And the idea is eventually, yes, you'll be able to go on a walk with your dog and they're gonna be looking at you every 2 or 3 minutes, checking in with you. You're able to practice loads of training this way. It really helps with recall. It really helps with focus. Good boy. And it's just a really good life skill for every dog to have. So we're now gonna go somewhere a little bit more distracting. He's got really nice focus in this area. I'm happy with how relaxed he is. So we're gonna go somewhere where there's a bit more to look at. There's a bit more noise, just to see how quickly we can get that focus from him. If it's too much, we'll take another step back. Yes. So at first, you are going to be using a lot of treats. You want to really make it worth it for them by using lots of really nice treats. Once it's really ingrained, they're really getting it, you can start missing out every few treats. Just saying yes, giving verbal praise will be enough. And just give treats maybe every 2 or 3 times, then 4 or 5 times. Just slowly wean the treats out so that it's mostly just verbal praise. Good boy, well done. Good boy, come on then. Yeah, well done. And this is a really nice way to bond with a dog as well. So I usually, every time I get a new dog, I try this exercise for a little while because it just gets them connected to me quite nicely. Good boy. With a dog like Mr. Butler, who struggles to leave your side, you're his comfort zone, playing games where you're tossing the treat away. Yeah, good boy. Really encourages them to boost their confidence because they go away from you, they get something nice, they get a treat, and then they get to come back. You're always there to come back to for some praise and treats. Good boy. Ready? Ready? Go. I threw it. Ready? Go. Good boy. So I've just seen that there's a dog coming along. This is probably going to be quite overwhelming for Mr. Butler. Good boy. So I'm just going to keep him nice and focused on me. Good. Good boy. Whoop, it's all right. Good boy. Well done. Good boy, Mr. Butler. Good. And every time he looks away from the dog or the distraction back to me, he gets another treat. Good. So that was just a quick little explanation of connection training and focus work with dogs that are easily distracted, as well as underconfident dogs. But really, it's really nice, a nice exercise to do for any dogs, just to create a bond, build up nice focus in lots of different areas, and get your dogs feeling more comfortable as well. Hey, good boy. Well done. So we're going to go back in now. Come on, Butler. Good boy. This way. Good boy. Yes. Good.